Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thanks for watching, y'all. Thank you to my day ones, twos, and threes. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all and welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged. Some is not, and the Fair Act use is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. So we're seeing now that there are a lot of lies coming out, y'all. Okay, now somebody had put out that Quavo had ran off and left TakeOff. Okay, y'all. The nurse is telling a whole different story. She's saying that, he stayed there. Okay, so I'm gonna let you all listen to her side of the story, and then we're gonna talk about it. Okay, y'all. So let's get to it. This is the nurse that was, came to TakeOff's rescue after he was hit up, and she's speaking out. Okay, y'all. So let's listen to it, y'all.
It's so weird. So I got up in my pajamas, go over to the balcony. My neighbors were underneath me. I said, "Did y'all hear that?" And they said, "Yeah." I said, "I don't think that was a car or firecrackers. That sounded like gunshots." So then we saw people running. I was like, "Oh my God, that's an active shooter." So I wasn't in my head at that moment. I'm thinking, I'm not going anywhere. Okay. But then I saw people settle down and go back, and I heard the uncle go, "Ah!" He was screaming, "Ah!" So I'm thinking that's the victim. That's the person who shot. It sounded like a cry of agony. It was a cry of agony, but emotional, not physical. And they were crying out for. So then they're coming out looking for the ambulance. "Where's the ambulance? Somebody help!" So then they're looking for help, and they're going towards where the shooting was. So I'm thinking, okay, scene is safe. Somebody's hurt. Man down. I got things that could help. I'm an infusion nurse. I have a whole trunk full of stuff, right? But threw on some clothes, got my stuff out of my trunk, and ran over there. And you could hear my voice in the video. "I'm a nurse. No, I'm a nurse." Because I wanted to let them know. So I started saying that from the bottom floor, and they said, "Take the elevator." So I came up the elevator, and they started pulling on me like to come quickly, and that's when I was like, no, like, leave me alone. Because I was like this too. I was scared, but I had to go. Because if somebody was shot in the leg, in the arm, somewheres where maybe they don't have the tourniquet on right, maybe he finally does collapse and they don't know how to do CPR the correct way. I mean, for minutes I could at least do that. And not only am I risking that, but legally I am not protected in the state of Texas.
And
for a Good Samaritan Act. So, because I am a nurse. So when I got there, I looked at him. His head was this way and up, and his eyes were rolled back and fixed. And I saw a pile of blood behind his head. I didn't see where the gun was shot. I've stopped for car accidents before. I never move the patient. Rule number 1, don't touch him. Because if it was something in his neck that could have been taken care of, I don't want to move his neck. And then he's paralyzed, then I'm in trouble, right? No, don't move it.
People on social media are saying, "Why didn't you do CPR and this kind of thing?" That would not be appropriate?
That would not be appropriate, especially with a gunshot wound. You would never do CPR because you would be circulating the blood, and the blood would go right out of the hole. So the first thing to do is to put pressure on the wound. That was too late. I checked his pulse. Plus, it was probably, I heard it 2:30ish or so. I was back calling my daughter. The phone call was at 3:16 in the morning. It's on my phone. 3:16 is when I called her. So I was already back, shook up. And when I called her, it was more like, "Ah!" And she's like, "Mom, so are you okay? Slow down." Because she's a nurse too. And so I'm calling her. I'm like, "Oh my God."
Did you know who he was?
No clue. It was my 28-year-old girlfriend that's a nurse that said, "Do you know who that is?" And I'm like, "Who?" No clue. He was a human being. That's it.
Talk a little bit more about what you just said. You said you were scared, but you had to go.
Because I heard somebody crying out for help, and I thought at least I could get them stabilized or just sit there with them until the EMS got there. I've stopped for like car accidents and stuff before. I don't move them out of the vehicle, but I'll hold their hand. One of the ladies, I went and got her child out of school. I took the child to the hospital. You know, I could be helpful in other ways. I don't have to, you know, and make sure EMS is getting there. So if CPR did need to be started, absolutely I'd start it. I might get in trouble, but
when you realized it was too late, you saw what you saw, and then the ambulance came. Did you stay for that? And then what happened after that? Because I know once
I didn't stay for the ambulance, but they were there. I heard they were there, so I left the scene. I was pretty shaken up. I checked his pulse. I checked the carotid pulse. I checked it on here. I checked again.
You knew he was gone.
I can't pronounce someone dead, but I think he was deceased. Probably. Assumptions are made. This is an assumption on impact, probably. Didn't take long.
And you mentioned you've been doing this for almost 30 years. You've never seen this type of trauma in person?
No. I mean, I've handled emergent situations, but I've never I'm not an ER nurse, so no gunshot wound kind of thing. Patients bleeding out, yeah, I've for different reasons, post-surgery, that kind of thing, yeah, I've handled those situations.
Can you recall what it was like around you while you were trying to assist him with other people?
The uncle was very distraught. I mean, after I told him, I said, no. And I started crying, and he grabbed me, and he's like, please. And I started bawling. And I was like, then I came back across the street. My neighbors were out. And I was crying, and I'm like, you know, typical nurse, I was beating myself up. I should have gone sooner. What if I would have been 5 minutes sooner? Sorry.
What would you say to people questioning your actions or anything?
I don't really care.
Did you see the other people who were shot as well?
They were already gone. All I know is he's a 28-year-old male, and that's my son over there. And somebody is his mother.
Okay, y'all. I want to say this. A couple things that I paid a lot of attention to. I don't know that y'all pay attention to this, but I paid attention to it. The length of time that it took the ambulances and everybody to get there. Did y'all pay that attention? What she was saying? She was saying that when she first heard the sound, she knew it wasn't no firecrackers and all that other stuff. She said, she wasn't even dressed. She had to get dressed. She then had to go down, and she stalled a little bit before she even came out. And you can tell that because she was saying, what if I would have got there 5 minutes sooner? What if I this? So you mean to tell me 5 minutes went past, then she started getting dressed, then she went downstairs to her car to get her bag out of the car because she's a nurse. And then, she made her way into the building before the ambulance came. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this because this happened with Mo 3. They took their time getting there, y'all. And it was a lot of traffic, and, the cars was blocking off the expressway, and all kind of mess was going on with Mo 3. But it took a long time, word on the street, for them to get there to Mo 3. I want you to pay attention to the fact that they were saying the same thing about Dolph. It took a long time for people to get there, the police to get there, and all kind of stuff they were saying about that as well. Why is that a pattern? Is it because there are crooked cops and crooked people that's working along with this and taking their time to get to situations to make sure that, they pretty much bleed out, y'all? Pay attention to what she said. Now, another thing that she said that I did not know was because somebody was lying saying that, he left, that Quavo left him. She said he was still there, and she said that the other people that had got hit up on the scene, they were already gone. So somebody drove them on to the hospital, but Quavo stayed there. And she said that he was saying, trying to get her to do more, but she was trying to let him know that there was nothing else that she could do. Now, the question is, was Quavo acting, y'all? Okay, he said he want to be an actor, y'all. Is he acting? Ask yourself this question, because make it make sense as to why, y'all. The fact that he put all this stuff in his messy videos and all this other stuff, and is if he knew it was coming. Now it's coming out information that, Quavo is the one that's, handles all the paperwork for the Migos. He was the one that, doing sad deals. And remember what I told y'all about was Quavo and Mob Ties in, a silent partner deal, because they are both seeming like they're advertising for this links stuff now, y'all, this Finity links now. Pay attention to all of this, okay? Because I do believe all of this plays a part in what all happened. They're saying that Offset left the group now because of sad deals that Quavo was doing. So it's a lot coming out now. Quavo even had new artists that he was bringing out. It's a lot coming out now, y'all. And I want y'all to pay attention to the fact that Dolph wrote a lot of stuff. Mo3 wrote a lot of his own music. And then after they were taken out, people were using their music in their lyrics and stuff that they, allegedly wrote after they passed away. And people that wouldn't do business with Mo3 when he was alive, after he passed away, then he decided to do, the song. They started trying to do, business with the manager. But you wouldn't work with Mo3 when he was alive. A lot of weird stuff is coming into play now, okay? And I had to put this up because in my other video, I said that Quavo had left the scene, okay? Because that's what I heard, y'all. But what this nurse is saying, okay? She's saying that, a whole different thing, y'all. She's telling a whole different story, that Quavo stayed there. Now, just because he stayed there, do that mean he did not have anything to do with this? No, it don't. He had to stay there to make it look as if he cared, y'all. Okay? But, did he really? That's the question. Okay, y'all? We're going to be coming back. I'm going to be coming back with something else. If I don't make it tonight, I'm work on it in the morning because I'm tired, y'all. Okay? I have been doing a lot today. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to throw this on there and let you all hear what the nurse had to say. That came and showed up when it took the ambulance and everybody so damn long to get there. Okay, y'all? Same pattern. Okay? Anyway, y'all, please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.